Hello, all, good morning and hi. Hope if you watched yesterday's video, otherwise please go and watch it, understand it, practice it, then come to this video. Okay, so fine. Yesterday we understand so, if you how to declare the function and if you invoke the function, what will happen? Okay, it will create a another execution context on top of call stack, on top of global execution context. And once you complete execution of this function, it will remove that execution context which is created in the call stack on top of global execution context will be popped out. Okay, and if you say return some means what is the values there in the this variable, it will copy it into this variable, and then it all the memory which is there for x and y and some will be gone. So I will show you one more time in the browser. So here I'm going and just do inspect sources. So I just put a breakpoint. If you see in the call stack, nothing is there now. In the scope also nothing is there. So whenever you start execution, okay, by the time we come to the execution, the phase one is completed. That means memory allocation is completed. So that definitely we have a memory for triple A and the addition in the global scope. That is very important because we are writing outside of all the functions. So if you are writing outside of all the function, that is global scope, that means anyone can access these variables inside the JavaScript file. Okay, so if you see in the global, the name of the object is window. Observe carefully, name of the object is window, and we have AAA as a key value pair. This AAA, the value is undefined. Addition, it store the function syntax, and so we are in execution phase. So already it is allocated a memory, and here also it is allocated a memory in the memory allocation phase. Now we are going to invoke the function. So observe carefully. Here we have only one scope, that is global, and we have global execution context. So whenever you invoke this function, it will add one more execution context for this function on top of this anonymous, and it will create another scope. Observe carefully, within next 30 seconds it is going to be create another scope. You can see that local scope now, and what that mean we can understand. So just invoke the function. So if you see, after invoking the function, we got execution context. This is called execution context for this function. The name of the function is addition. Okay, so and it has created a another scope. That means if you declare any variable inside the function or as a parameter, it will consider as a local variable to that function. So it will provide, so it will allocate memory for that. So even this function also go through two phases. One is memory allocation phase, another one is execution phase. We can we can take more examples on that. So but for today, try to understand that whenever you invoke this function, it will start, it is created one execution context here, and again it will go through the two phases because already the execution like memory allocation phase is completed. That's why you are able to see x value and y. Of course initially it will be undefined and y also undefined, but because you have mentioned these as a parameters, that's why we can't debug that those lines. That's why we are able to see x value is 10 and y value is 20, because right now it is pointing at line number 25. So still if you see, the sum is undefined. Now if you go and execute it, it will do calculation 10 plus 20, and it stores the value of that in sum, Now the important thing. So if you see you're writing return sum, so then what will happen? It will return this value which is there in the sum, and it will copy it into triple A. It will copy it into triple A, and it will come out of this function because it is already going to complete all the instructions which are mentioned in the particular function. So once it come out of that function, it will it will remove this execution context in the call stack. That means once you remove this execution context from the call stack, automatically the local scope is also gone, because this local scope is a asset of this addition. So whenever we are removing this addition from the call stack, automatically the memory allocated for that function will also gone from the scope. That is very important. So here we have global and local. If you declare any variable inside the function, that will be available in the local. So if you see x and y and some are part of the function, that's why these variables are located in the local scope. This triple A and function, okay, are in global execution context. That's why you will able to see those things in the global scope. So now I'm going to execute this return statement also. Once you execute it, you can easily identify that that execution context is gone from the call stack. Automatically whenever you remove that execution context, the scope and the memory which we allocated, which JavaScript engine allocated for that addition function, is also gone. So okay, this is what we have learned yesterday. So if anyone have any question, just ask me now itself, because if you have done practice, you will get some questions or you will get some clarity. So either you should say whether you understood or not. If you don't understand, tell me which part you have a confusion. Definitely I will explain one more time. Understood? Jahnavi, Balavardhan, Bhavita, Hira, Mahinder, Samir, Sultana, Srijan. Everyone should say yes or no. At least ping me yes or no. Can we provide input from user? Yes, yes, we can provide input from user, because we can design text boxes, form, login form, logout form, everything in a HTML file. We can read the value from that HTML form and we can do it. But before coming to that point, we should have some knowledge in JavaScript. That's why we are focusing on JavaScript part. So very soon we are going to utilize this JavaScript knowledge to make HTML things dynamic. At the time, you will understand how to provide the input to um, the JavaScript file. Okay, then good question. Okay, fine. Now we are going to understand few more important things here. So if you see, we are writing return statement, right? So I'm taking another example. Okay, and one more thing here, simple thing. Suppose you are calling addition of 10 comma 20. So again, if you do, suppose if you just provide another variable where bbb, okay, for understanding purpose, bbb. Again, if you call addition of the 15 comma 5, what will happen? Just observe carefully. Once you call this function, it will create a execution context for that, and the 10 value will copy into x, 20 will copy into y. It will calculate the sum, it will return, and after that it will pop out. Again, if you call this addition, again it will create another execution context and it will follow the same structure. So if you see, so we can, once you get the values, you can display like this. So just refresh. Right now we are going to So if you see, so right now nothing is there. Now I'm going to invoke this function addition. So you got the execution context and it has allocated the memory for that execution context as a local scope. The x value is 10, y value is 20, and you calculate it. The sum is 30, and once you return it, if you see, that is gone. Okay, the execution context is also gone. The local scope is also gone. Now what you are doing? Again, you are invoking that addition function. So what will happen? Again, it will create an execution context, and it will allocate the memory as a local scope, and it will copy this value 15 into x again. It will copy the value 5 into y again, and it will do the calculation, and it will return the value into b. Then this is also gone, the memory allocation. So you should practice, okay? Even if you write a simple program, simple for loop, simple if condition, please try to debug and just observe what is happening in the memory. So call stack and this scope chain is very important. Of course, we are in a just a beginner level. So within next 15 sessions, we are going to understand all kind of scopes and what is the scope chain and importance of all those things. So here I'm going to discuss few more interesting things here. So here you're hard coding the values 10 and 20, 15 and 5. Instead of that, you can do like this also. Suppose you're taking two variables where a equal to 10, okay, where b equal to 20, okay, where a is equal to 10, where b is equal to 20, and you can pass a comma b like this, okay, a comma b like this. What will happen if you pass like that? So whenever you call this function, whenever you invoke this function, it will copy what is the value in the variable a to x, and it will copy what is the value is there in b into the y. That's simple. So previously we put 10 comma 20. It's similar to this. Suppose if bbb is there, addition of, so 10 comma 20. Both are same. Here you are hard coding here directly. Here you are storing that information in a separate variable and you are passing that variable. Both are same. So here understand properly. Here it will copy the value of a into x, value of b into y. That means it will copy 10 into x and it will copy b value 20 into y. So you should understand that clearly. So even if you want, you can execute and see that. So go to the next line. So it is allocating a value and b value. If you see global memory, global scope, because a is part of global area, right? So that's why a value and b value is part of window object, that is global scope. And when you invoke this function, when you call this function to execute, so if you see this is same, right? What will happen? The value of a is copied into x, the value of b is copied into y, and then it will do the same process. It will return the value like that. So I hope you guys understand these basic things. So now we need to discuss one more important thing. So for that I will take a different example so that it is easy for us. Okay, here I'm writing a function, say hello. Okay, here I'm writing console. Okay, you can print, okay, either you can return the value or you can ask that function to just execute in the output. Okay, two things. One thing, if you send your kid like have a chocolate, okay, if you give 5 rupees, he will go to the shop, he will purchase a chocolate, and one option is he can eat, he can finish the chocolate there itself and he can come back to home. That is one option. Second option is he will purchase that chocolate and he will come back to the home and he can give it to a mother and mother will take care of that chocolate. That means simple. Either it can we can ask JavaScript engine, okay, no need to return any value, just go and print the value in the console and come out of that function. So console.log, okay, normally in the productions, we don't use this console.logs anywhere in the functions, okay, but understanding purpose only we should write it like debugging purpose. Okay, console.log, hello, good morning. What it will do when you invoke this function, when you invoke this function, it will go and it will start executing this. Okay, here what I'm doing, I'm writing another statement, console.log, hello, how are you? Okay, say hello means hello, good morning is one statement. Another statement is console.log, hello, how are you? So fine, I'm going to invoke. So here, if you see, you don't have any return statement, right? You don't have return statement. You are not returning anything like this. So if you are not returning anything, you no need to write like so where x is equal to, because you don't need to copy anything. Whenever you have a return statement, it will return the value so that you should ready with the your variables to store that value. So console.log, hello, good morning. Console.log, hello, how are you? So let's see, we can execute this. What will happen? The refresh, inspect sources. Okay, I think I need to remove this one because triple A and triple V is not there. Okay, so now we are in global execution context, and in the global scope we have say hello. Definitely, if you just scroll down, you will find the say hello function, and that is there, simple. And now if you start executing, so it is going to invoke this say hello. Then, so if you see, still, even if you don't have any local variable, still it will allocate the memory. Okay, it will attach this window object, don't worry, this we can discuss later. And here you don't have any parameters, you don't have any local variable, that's why this is like empty. And now if you say console.log, hello, good morning, what it will do, it will go and print the value hello, good morning. And next, if you say console.log, hello, how are you? Yes, it went there, console, hello, how are you? And sources, and then what you're saying, just come out of that. Okay, it has done his task. Like he said, hello, good morning, hello, how are you? And still say hello. We have execution context, but of course, we don't have any local variables. If you see return value undefined, because you didn't mention anything as a return statement, that's why by default return value is undefined. Don't worry about that. We can discuss that thing later. So we are not doing anything here. Then just go and click. Then what will happen? You are coming out of the function. So automatically the execution context for that say hello is gone, and the scope of that function that is called local scope is also gone. So this is very simple. I hope you guys understood. Now, what I'm writing here, I will ask a simple question. Just let me know what will happen. I'm writing return, suppose, um, good morning, right? So, namaste. Okay, what I'm saying, I'm just returning namaste, and here I'm just storing that value into var greeting. Okay, var greeting. Now tell me, here I'm putting the output. So I'm just trying to print output like this, console.log greeting. Okay, whatever you written, I will copy it into greeting and I will print the output. So now tell me, just guess it, what is the output? Okay, whether it will print hello, good morning, namaste, and hello, how are you, or whether it will print only namaste, or whether it will print only hello, how are you, or namaste, whether it will print, like, you should guess what is the output exactly. So I'm giving 2 minutes to you. Okay, even if you are watching this video after 6 months or 1 year, please pause the video and note down the answer, and after that continue. So everyone just ping me what is the output. Even if it is right or wrong, don't worry, just guess it. So everyone ping in the chat. Suppose if anyone is there in the live. Yeah, you can ping your answer here. Okay, so everyone ping in the chat. Suppose if an, okay, fine. Balavardhan said it maybe it will be hello, good morning, and namaste. Okay, you tried at least. Everyone just ping me the answer. Everyone should answer because don't think that, don't be silent. So if you, whenever you are not able to guess, at least whenever you are not able to answer whether it's right or wrong in the classroom, almost it's 100% it's not possible to answer in the interview. Okay, don't think that sir, I don't I will be silent in the classroom, but whenever I come to the interview I will rock it. No, it's not possible. Everyone should ping me the answer. Otherwise you can say I don't say answer, I'm not interested. That is also fine for me. But you should say something in the chat. Quick, we don't have too much time. What is your answer? What is your answer? Kira, what is your answer? Srijan, Mahendra, Sultana, Samir, and Bhavita. So this is not a classroom, right? I can't see whether you're watching. I don't know whether you're sleeping. I don't know what you're doing. But please respond. Just guess it, okay? మీ ఇష్టం అది తప్పో ఒప్పో అవుట్పుట్ ఏమొస్తుందో గెస్ చేయండి. And display the question. Okay, good. Question కనబడట్లేదా? Yeah, this is the question. Even if you want, I will give a question in the chat also. But this is the question. Who are watching this video after few months or something, you can move for next 2 or 3 minutes forward. So if you're not able to understand, if you're not able to give the answer, at least guess. That means you didn't understand anything in from last 20 sessions. So I should start giving training from the first day again. So at least if you give a wrong answer, no problem. But if you're not able to give an answer, that means you didn't learn anything in last. What is this? I think this is the 40th session, right? If you're not able to answer, it's a really tough for me to. Just guess it. What will be the output? Okay. Okay. Bhavita said, okay, hello, good morning. Okay. After that, what it will print? Just give all the statement at a time. So what will be the output? మీకు అవుట్పుట్ ఇది అనుకోండి ఒకేసారి వన్ స్టేట్మెంట్ టూ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ హలో గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ నమస్తే హలో హవరి అన్ని ఒకే చోట రాసి అది నాకు చార్ట్లో పింగ్ చేయండి. సో యువర్ guess is it will just display only hello good morning Sultan and Bhavita. That's what you're out. Okay, Hira's saying very good, very good. She said hello good morning namaste and hello how are you. Okay, and two students said only it will print hello good morning. Okay, one student said it will print hello good morning and namaste. Okay, okay, don't think that people are watching your comments. No, nothing, because anyway after a few days I will delete all these videos in the YouTube and we will start the new training. Okay, okay, I think okay, I can't put pressure on you. That's your choice. If you want to learn, you can respond. Otherwise, that's your fate. I can't do anything. Okay, now let's see what's happening. That's why I'm saying just debug and practice it. Otherwise, you can't learn. So what will happen first? It will go to this line console.log start. So yes, it will print, right? It will print. So we can check in the browser itself. Observe carefully. This is very, very important. Just refresh. So right now in the output console, nothing is there, right? Nothing is there. Observe carefully and start executing. So first, of course, it will print the start. That's everyone knows. So now when you invoke this function, say hello, what's happening? That is very important. So when you invoke this function, of course, it will create a execution context and local scope. We don't need to worry about that too much because we don't have any local variables. So we should focus on these things. Okay, what is going to be happen? So yes, right now it is there in the function inside, and here it's see console.log hello good morning. So if you execute it, yes, it will complete that statement. You will get a hello good morning, right? Till this point, everyone has given right answer. And few people have a confusion that whether it will print namaste also. Okay, whether it will print hello, how are you, or so. If you see, whenever whenever you reaches a return statement in the function, after executing that return statement, it will come out of the function. Okay, even if you have 20 extra lines, 20 extra statements after that return statement, it is not going to execute those lines in the function. It will enter in the function. Whenever it reaches return statement, it will come out of the function. That means return namaste. What it will do, it will return this namaste, say hello into greeting, so that the value of greeting will be namaste. After that, it is not going to execute console.log hello how are you. That is the most important thing we should understand in this session. So whenever it is reaches return statement, it will return that value and it will come out of that function. So if you see, observe carefully, it will not go and execute console.log anywhere. So whenever you do return, observe carefully, return automatically. Okay, return value is namaste. Okay, and if you just put one more time, so it didn't went to console.log hello how are you. So it just written namaste into greeting. So if you see, expand this, definitely if you just scroll down in the alphabetical order, definitely you will find a variable called greeting. Is that alphabet A B C D E F G, greeting namaste. That means even it is removed all the memory and execution context for the function. Already the value has returned to our global variable that is called greeting. The value is namaste. Now console.log greeting. Console.greeting, because here we have a value namaste, so it will execute it. It will execute it. So you will get the output hello, good morning, and namaste. Of course, maybe you have given an answer that means few people said hello, good morning. Maybe um, you have given answer that what this function is going to do. I think you are aware of that. It is going to print namaste also, right? So that it is not going to execute console.log hello, how are you? That is the most important thing. So even if you have I'm not interested to answer whatever it is. Of course, this is a very beginning stage, but please come out of that. If you're not able to talk with the trainer, it's almost impossible to talk with your teammates and a HR and everything. That's why minimum 30% of the engineering students, even they have a skills and a technical skills, still they are not able to get a job because they are not interested to talk, either because of the fear or either because of the shy, whatever the reason, they are not interested to talk with people. So yeah, please come out. This is the initial stage. You should overcome from that. Okay, right now we can focus on that subject. So you should say from tomorrow I'm interested to answer. Okay, then only you will succeed. Otherwise, in the IT industry, it's very difficult to survive if you're not interested to talk, communicate with the people. Communication is also very important. Okay, I can understand your problem, but please try to overcome from that. So even if you have a console.log, hello, how are you, console.log, I'm interested to answer, it is not going to execute these lines because whenever it is reaches the return statement, it will come out of that block and it will go to the next line. So it will ignore these lines. Okay. I hope you guys understood. At least tell me whether you understood or not. Understood? Okay. Yeah. At least I'm happy that at least you are responding like yes or no. Okay, please come out of that problem. So now we can write few interesting programs now. Okay, with the help of this written statement how it is working. Okay, so I will give this to you so that you can do the practice. Of course, you can watch the video and you can do it. So if I give a copy, you don't do practice, that I know. So now we are going to write few interesting programs. Console.log, this is start. Okay, and I'm writing console.log, this is end of the program, like that file. So we can write logic here. So here I'm asking the question, right? Write a function to check the given number is even or odd. Okay, what is the question? Write a function to check the given number is even or odd. No, odd. అంటే ఒక నెంబర్ ఇచ్చామనుకోండి అది ఈవెనా కాదా అని చెక్ చేయడం కోసం ఒక ఫంక్షన్ రాసి చూపించండి. సో హియర్ okay, I will write few programs. Okay, you should understand it, and after that I will give some assignments. Okay, here I'm writing a simple program. So here I'm taking the variable where x equal to, I will give some number, any value. I will change the value later. So but even if I give any kind of number, you should decide whether it is a even number or not. So I'm writing a function. Function is even or odd. Okay, I'm just giving a good name to understand what is the purpose of that function. So is even or not. So what I need to do, I'm putting var, so here var is even, okay, like I can say output, so without confusion what it will return. So here our expectation is in the output we need to get the exact answer. Okay, if I give a value x to, if I give a value x to this function, if I give a value x to this function, it will receive that value like a or num. Okay, num means like a number. So what, whenever you invoke this function, you are going to copy value of x into number, then you should decide whether this number is even or not. So let's see how I'm writing. Observe carefully. So I'm taking this number. We know, right, how to check whether a number is an even number or not. Simple, right? If condition, if, okay, if number percentile to triple equal to 0. I will tell you what is the meaning of triple equal to later, right? Because instead of giving double equal to, just give triple equal to. I will, we can discuss about later that part. So here, if number percentile 2, that if the remainder is 0, then we can say that this is the even number. So but what I'm saying, you need to check whether it is even number or not. You need to give the output. So I will print the output. Okay, I will take care of that, printing the output. What is the role of the function? You should just decide whether it is even or odd. Okay, so here what I'm writing, so if you know that after checking this statement, after just checking this condition, if you know that this is the even number, return this is an even number. Okay, it's an even number. Else return this is an odd number. So what will happen? When you invoke this function, you are passing the value of x into number, so it will copy the x value as 15 into number. Then it will do 15 percentile to triple equal to 0. If it is true, it will return this one. It will return this string, and the string will copy it into this variable called output, and you can print it. So it is not going to else block, right? It is not going to else block. So always remember, you should write a logic in the function, so it will reach return statement only once. So you should maintain in a logical way. So always either it will reach line number 27 or it will reach 30. So if you give a even number, it will reach line number 27 and it will come out of the function. And if you give a 15, it will reach this line, because it will check number percentile to is triple equal to 0. If it is false, it is not going to execute this statement. It will come to the else block and it will execute. So return. So you will get know that this is an even number, odd number, so you can print the output. So even, you can debug this and test it. So refresh. So function is even number or not. So if you see in the global scope, we have a value xo. Maybe if you just scroll down, definitely you can find value of x as undefined now. Okay, surely. And move to the next line. So now you are invoking. So of course, x value is 15 now. Output is still undefined. And when you invoke this function, it will create a execution context. If you see, the execution context name is even or odd, and it is maintained in the local scope, and we have only one variable that is called number, so that you can see the value of number is 15, And if you start executing that function, it will say num percentile to triple equal to 0. So even if you put double equal to, it will work, but just use triple equal to. I will tell you what is the difference between double equal to and triple equal to later. So it will come, it is because 15 percentile to is the value is 1. That's why this statement is false, so that it came out of that if block and it will into else block. So then if you execute that return statement, it will return. So if you see what is the return value, this is an odd number and this value is going to copy into this output. So if you don't provide this variable to store the output of this function, so nothing, because there is no use, so it will gone out of the memory. After that you can't do anything. So before coming out of this function, you should copy your result into global scope, and then automatically it will delete from the memory. So now, so if you see, you got the, this is odd number, and now you can print it in the console. You got this is an odd number. Okay, this is a very simple program. So now tell me, you guys understood or not, or can I explain one more time? This is a simple program. So now we just entered into phase 2 of learning. So far we have learned like pure basics, how to declare a variable, how to store, what is the difference between a number, all these things, primitive something. So at least we are in good position now. So everyone should say whether it is you understood or not. That is very important for me. Okay, easy, super, very good. So in the same way, you should write functions for everything. So write a function to check the given number is prime or not. Okay, interview questions will be like this only. So he will give a number and you should write a function or logic, whatever it is. Sometimes without using function also you can write, but always prefer to, so if it is a specific task, right, to check the number is a prime number or not, it's a specific task, so that it's better to put in a separate function so that you can reuse it, reuse the function. That is the most important thing. Okay, prime or not. Okay, that is the assignment for today. And here I will tell you one more thing. Okay, I think it's a 6:45. I think it's better to stop now, so that we can go with the question and answers. Okay, who are watching the live, that is enough for today, and see you on Monday. So please do practice. Okay, even though if you are not interested, even though it is very difficult, because without practice you can't learn programming simply, and you can't, without learning programming it's very difficult to get a IT job. So thank you and see you on Monday. Bye bye. Please do practice and send me screenshots through email or the chat. So I will stop the recording so we can discuss with the team who are there in the Microsoft